Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Sit Stay Rant, where we are unleashing the real mess behind rescue. This is Amy, and I'm here with my three good friends. Introduce yourselves, guys.
Tiffany. You guys
Gabby.
can see your names.
You guys are bad at
Did
this.
you say
I think
it?
you would be
Oh,
better at
good
this.
at this.
Maybe we need to go
Emily
in
and Dumpling.
age.
Emily and Dumpling.
In age.
All right, we'll go in age. So I'm the oldest.
Okay. Emily is next.
Tiffany.
Gabby.
And Gabby's our baby. All right,
Yeah.
let's get into it. Today, we're going to do another episode where we answer your questions via our TikTok live. So as they're coming in, we're going to answer them. And we're super excited. It's so cool to hear from everybody. Yeah, so someone asked, do we ever get any mean dogs? And the answer is yes. Yes, we do. And sometimes they are
Dicks.
legit dicks. Like they just have a shitty personality. More times than not, I would say they are trying to figure out how they fit in. Sometimes we'll have difficulty like in the beginning and it gets better with time. There are also times where it starts off okay and then it gets bad. So we kind of go by the 3-3-3 rule, which we talk about a lot. You guys have probably heard of that, where it's like 3 days to kind of, just begin to know where you are, and 3 weeks before you're feeling like you're safe, and then 3 months before your true personality is coming out. So we've definitely had dogs that started off being nice and then turned into dicks, and then the other way around. So yeah, we sometimes do get dogs that are not that great. It's much easier when they are dog reactive versus people reactive. Occasionally we'll get a dog that is not good with people, and that is a real challenge. And we do have some fosters who can work with the more challenging dogs. We're lucky that we have a lot of foster options. It's easier to work with the dogs that are okay with people but not as good with other dogs. So yeah, we definitely deal with that. And I'm dealing right now. I got some new dogs yesterday, and two of my other fosters who were already with me, they are brothers, and they've been tag teaming and ganging up on this other dog. So I'm having to separate them when I'm not there. If I'm right there, I can keep an eye on things, but I don't trust them to behave if I'm not there. So I'll separate them. They can't always be together.
Yep. If anyone wants to adopt them, just hit us up.
I know.
Well, please.
Somebody's asking if we do rescue full time. And
So we all have other things that we do, and let's talk about that. I used to have my own company, a product called Teething Bling. And when you're holding a baby, and if you have on like a necklace or earrings or watch or whatever, like they're going to grab it and want to chew on it. So it was essentially baby proof jewelry. And there's a lot of other companies that have ended up doing that, but I'm proud to say I was the first. So I had that company for a number of years, and then I ultimately sold that. And then now I do the rescue stuff. For me, it's basically full time. And then I do some stuff on TikTok, although I don't really know how to do TikTok. I'm just winging it every day. So yeah, I mean, the rest of the team is super dedicated as well. But you guys also have other things going on, and families and all that good stuff.
I'm a photographer and an end of life doula, and have kids and husband and all that. So
Yeah.
I pet sit and dog walk full time. I went to college anyway, before all of this, and got a degree in like biology and psychology, and I didn't really know like what I wanted to do. And then I just got more and more busy with pet sitting and dog walk.
It's a great That's a great option. You can make a lot of money doing
It's
that, and it's
amazing. Yep.
exactly, and then you have a lot of flexibility and freedom. I love it.
Boring. I just do online courses for college and take care of 9 million dogs.
That's
She's in
not boring at
school.
all.
She's in school right
And
now. She's
Tiffany,
a
I mean,
full-time
you
student.
are I don't know what I'd do without you with just keeping things on track and yeah,
Try. Some stuff
you are amazing.
I actually forgot a dog to be added to the list today, and I was like, "Oh,
What? That's something I would do.
so much not like me," but it got sorted out. It's fine.
So another really good question is do you believe in behavioral euthanasia?
That's a tough one.
It's tough.
I do. I do.
I do.
It's I don't know how you guys feel. It's in my experience of about 10 years of doing this, I have thankfully not had to deal with it often. There have been a couple of cases where it just felt like we had exhausted every possibility, every resource, and for me, it's like I mean, I would only consider it as an absolute last resort and only after we've tried everything. And I think there are occasionally dogs that just it's like life is really not enjoyable for them at all.
Right.
They're just in a tortured place and it feels inhumane to keep them in that place. Like
Yeah.
if you can't get a handle on their behavior, but again, it is exceedingly rare. But yes, I think it is I think it's something that we have to be open to.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. I feel like you really do have to try everything and you have to make as best sure that you can. I do think that some dogs have a mental, they struggle and they're suffering and it's like a terminal disease. And it really is terminal for them. And so it's unfortunate, but yeah, it's really tough. Yeah,
Tiff, what do you think? Sorry, and Gab too. What do you guys think?
I think some dogs just have like I guess mental health or loose screws, and once you do everything, like take them to the vet, do meds, training, like it just turns out to be a liability to adopt them out. So
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good point. And I do think that the most difficult dogs, I know you guys are going to agree, are the unpredictable ones.
yeah,
If we know what the triggers are, we can generally manage it. Even if it's a challenge, it's when we don't know and we cannot figure it out, even with the help of professionals.
right.
I mean, I maybe it's a controversial take, I don't know, but I'm not one of those rescue people who thinks we can save every single dog.
Me
Yeah.
neither. Me
I mean,
neither.
I personally rescued, this was about 12 years ago, a dog that I tried to work with for 2 years with trainers, and he actually was trained in a boarding situation for 30 days with a trainer that works with Barks in Baltimore City, and, you know, he had been violently attacking me for no reason, so there's a lot of damage there. He tried to maul to death multiple dogs. So he finally completed one trainer just she walked out on the first visit and said, "I'm not touching this."
Wow.
He was really bad. And then so I was like, well, this Barks trainer, he's expensive, but he works with a lot of cruelty cases.
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah.
staying away from a dog. He did the 30 days and he was flat out, this dog's dangerous. This dog is should not
Wow.
be in public, this dog, um, and I was like, "Well, I'm gonna try with him some more." And that week he came back from training, he actually ended up attacking my neighbor.
Oh my
So
God.
he had to be quarantined, just
Was
for
the neighbor like, was it, everything was okay? Like,
they had to go to the emergency room, it wasn't, like, life-threatening, but it
right.
was pretty
Like bad
bad.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah, It's my mother's neighbors, and they don't hate us to this day, but I still feel terrible. But
Yes.
they, we did the quarantine because by Maryland state law, if a dog bite
Yeah.
happens, they, have to do X, Y, and Z. And
Yeah.
it was ultimately decided by us and animal control to euthanize the dog. And it was a really tough decision, but it's some cases, some dogs, no matter if you go to extreme lengths, medication, training, like, and there's not every trainer's not professional, but considering I trusted this opinion and I was seeing it with my own eyes that this dog could be licking your face one minute and snuggling up asleep to the next minute he's waking up and just trying to rip you apart. And it was a situation where he wasn't going to let go. He was
Right.
just very, very
Yeah.
messed up dog, and it was just a sad
I mean,
situation.
you hung
It's
in there
sad.
a lot, you know.
That's why I'm like,
It's
Ruby that I have now seems horrible, and I'm like, "This is a lot easier than what I dealt with 12 years ago
right.
with a lot less experience than I have now."
It is a really hard way to live too.
It is.
A woman I know adopted a dog, and it was just one of those dogs that I think had a screw loose. And if she didn't, because she reached out to me for help, and I was like, I don't know if I can help. I met the dog, and I was really kind of scared, and I don't feel like I scare that easily. But this was a situation where if she did not follow the rules 100% and 100% of the time, like if she dropped one piece of kibble on the floor, if she, like it was this narrow box that she had to stay in order to keep herself safe from getting attacked.
Dog. I remember
And
her.
she ultimately said, I can't live like this.
Yeah.
And she's like, do you think anyone would adopt this dog? And I said, honestly, I don't think so. I just don't think so, because she was really committed to helping the dog, and she was following the rules, but it was like she could never relax. That is a hard way to live. So
And
I
you
don't fault her for making the decision. She did a behavioral euthanasia, and I don't fault her for that. It's a
no.
hard way to live.
It is, and I just, first of all, in our situation, when we are dealing with it, it is actually rare. We're not dealing with this a whole lot. That I wanted to make clear. I
Yeah,
think in
thankfully.
yeah, we have not had to deal with it a lot. And at the same time, I think you really have to ask yourself, I mean, Gabby used the, sort of the liability idea, like would you in your conscience be able to adopt the dog out and not be fearful that a child or a family member or somebody was going to get hurt, like a person, a human being was going to get hurt, or another dog, a resident dog that you're dropping, is that going to be a possible, it would feel terrible to have a real disaster happen
Yeah, that's a good
because you
point.
didn't take accountability and responsibility for the dog because they can't take that on themselves, right? Where they're
Yeah,
guardians.
yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
point.
so okay. So then there was a question here. Do most dogs get adopted? Yes.
Yep, yep. There's a couple of dogs. I've talked about Claire before. She's been with me for 2 years. She was in a hoarding case. She she is a bit of a challenge in that I think the window to really reach her has maybe closed. Like, I think this is as good as it gets with Claire. So she and I have a good relationship, and I love her a lot. She's very happy to see me. She likes being out in the rescue with the other dogs. She likes other dogs, but I don't see her being happy in another environment. So that's a case where she's just going to stay with me. I just don't see someone adopting her. So every once in a while, there'll be a dog like that. Or we might have like a senior dog. Right now I have a new dog named Dewey. He's 15. He just came in from Baltimore, and he's just going to stay with me. I don't see anyone adopting a 15-year-old dog. So, he'll just live out his life with me. But for all the other cases, yeah, everybody pretty much gets adopted. Some take longer than others. But I think we do a good job getting them adopted, fairly quickly.
Yeah, and I think with Claire too, you've given her lots of chances to be with other people, and
Yeah.
she came here, and she really is her happiest with you.
Yeah, Claire actually went to live with Emily for about 6 months because I just didn't know if she was happiest with me, and I wanted to make sure that I was giving her every opportunity, because she is a flight risk and my home has a dog door that goes out to an area that's not fenced in. My personal dog, Dobby, does not run off, but Claire does. So it's like she can't really be in my house because she won't stay in the yard. So she's got to be out in the rescue. That is a very secure fence. So I thought, well, maybe she would do better with someone else. So she went to Emily's for 6 months, and Emily's obviously a very loving person, has a bunch of other little dogs. And Claire did okay, wasn't necessarily any trouble.
No,
But
she
then
was
we
no
just,
trouble, but she
yeah, then
wasn't
we,
happy though. She wasn't happy
right. We
because
started thinking
yeah.
maybe she wasn't happy.
Yeah, she was not happy because, with any living environment, it's not Amy's. And I truly feel with Claire, and this is really interesting to me to see. I think that she came here, she's fine. She lived on the periphery of our house, in our house. So we were forced her to come out and sit with us, but she didn't want to be sitting with us. So she sort of lived on the edge of our home. And every morning, my setup is such that I need to be able to trust a dog to not try to get out of a fence. I have a very strong fence, but it is much like Amy's house where she was talking about she doesn't have a place where the dog will not get out. I do have areas that a dog could get out if they
Yeah.
really
A
wanted
determined
to.
one. Exactly.
Yes. And
Exactly.
so I had to leash her up every day. She was miserable. And I swear that when I brought Claire back to Amy's house, there was like a switch that went off in her where
It
she was
did feel like that.
happier. Yeah, she was
Yeah.
happier there than she had been even before she came to my
Yeah,
house
that
for a
was
little while.
interesting. Like, yeah, when she came back to me, so she was with me, went to Emily's for 6 months, came back to me, and it did feel like something clicked in her mind. Like, you know what? This is my happiest place.
Right.
And so now we have a good relationship. I don't think she's ever going to sit in my lap. You never know. But I could pick her up if I needed to, but I basically just leave her alone and she comes over when she wants to, and it
Right.
works out fine.
Yeah. So okay, then let's see here. Any other questions?
I know I'm trying to read everything.
What got you
I
involved?
like this question a lot. Aside from aggression, what are your least favorite issues to work with?
Barking.
Let me jump in on that one.
Yeah.
I fucking hate resource guarding. I hate it so
Yeah.
much. It's just difficult. And for anyone who doesn't know, resource guarding is when a dog guards something of value, and it could be anything. They could do it with food or bones or treats. Sometimes they'll guard a bed or a toy or even a person. And it's just, I find it difficult in my situation because I usually have a lot of dogs and one resource guarder can throw off the whole dynamic. So for me, that's a big challenge. What about you guys?
The barking. A lot of stuff I can be tolerant, but I've had some dogs that have barked for hours, like, could not stop themselves. I'm like, do you have vocal cords left? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was
Yes.
that one little dog that I had that barked, I kid you not, for 2 weeks
Trinket.
nonstop? Trinket.
Cricket.
Oh my God. Trinket was like,
Yeah.
she looked
I remember.
like
Yeah.
a frilled
I don't know
lizard.
how that dog
She was a
had
weird
oxygen.
looking chihuahua, but she never shut up
You know
for
those
like
lizards?
2 weeks. Yeah. She looked like one of those
The
lizards, like
lizards that have the
with
huge
the
thing around.
frill. Oh my God, that was a challenge. It was so irritating. She never stopped. If I was out there with her, if I was not out there, it didn't matter. She just did not stop for like 2 weeks. Then she finally calmed down, but that was rough.
Yeah. I think for me it's the barking too, or like I have cats and dogs in the house, so sometimes if they're really cat like aggressive, not aggressive like they're not going to hurt the cat, but they're very like,
Yeah, like
barking at the
fixated
cat,
on. Yeah, yeah,
fixated, that
yeah,
that really bothers me.
yeah.
Or honestly the worst to me is like when you get a dog that will not sleep. that will not sleep at
Yeah,
night.
that can't settle down.
That can't settle down at night. That is tough. That's exhausting, I think. Yeah. So we have a question of what dogs sleep with you? I'd want all of them to sleep with me.
All of
Yeah.
them.
What dogs don't?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, for me, it depends if my husband is home or not. If he happens to be traveling, then everyone is coming in.
Right.
But yeah, normally it's just little Dobby with me. But I have a different situation because the dogs are not in my home. So what about you guys? Do they all sleep with you? Do Fosters sleep with you guys?
We have
Sometime.
6 dogs that sleep in our bed.
Yeah.
So-
Okay.
Same.
Yeah.
And others that would love to, but some of my dogs are like, this is our bed and you're not allowed to sit with us.
Same.
Like-
Yeah, understood. Yeah.
Yeah, we let our dogs sleep, and with us, we do have one, Gary. He's our OG. He's
Gary.
Gary is a wanderer at night. His whole life, he's 13 now, but his whole life he's been an explorer at nighttime, and so we just has the run of the house to do his pacing all night long. He does not sleep in bed with us, but everybody else does, and it's always an indicator on if somebody's staying or not. If they make it, to bed, if they make it to the bed, but
you let Foster sleep with you. Absolutely, if they want to.
absolutely,
I mean,
yeah.
Ramen
Yeah,
probably not so much because he'd probably get so excited he'd pee on all of us. But
Yeah. Gabby.
We usually try to crate train all my Fosters.
boo. Try to do the right thing.
I
is
just
true
want to be
though,
grandma.
Gabby.
I want to be grandma to the
I want to
dogs,
do all
like-
the fun stuff.
Exactly.
No,
Gabby's right though. Like I do try to train them, and I do put them in the crate. You're right, Gabby. That's what we should be doing. Colin, my foster right now, I really tried to stick to it, but he's not letting anybody sleep. So he made it to the bed, and he's all comfy.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless they're like screaming.
Yeah.
Then I have let them in my bed before.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a screamer. He's a nighttime screamer. I
I'm
was like, okay.
also allergic to dogs, so it also depends on if I'm gonna have a rash when I wake up
Yeah,
or
that's fun.
or wheezing.
Yeah,
So
makes
I
a big
usually
difference.
stick to the crate if they're okay in there.
Honestly, it's good for them to be able to be crate trained because they're going off to live their other, their next, the rest of their journey. and if they are with us, what are you laughing at, Amy?
The comments are so great. I
Okay,
just
good.
love
I
you
love
guys.
reading that.
Yeah. I love that everyone loves Roscoe the Basset. He's
Yeah.
just,
They don't want to hear us. They want to hear
I know.
know, they
Everyone's
wanna
like,
see
where's
Roscoe?"
Roscoe? Yeah. Roscoe is getting so cranky in his old age, which I love. I didn't get a chance to tell you guys the story. So last night, Roscoe was like, I want to be on the house side because he's a VIP. So I let him on the house side, and he was wandering around, and then he got up on we have like a couch, an outdoor couch. So he got up there and he was snoozing, and then it was late. So I wanted to put him back in the rescue. Everybody needs to get locked down for the night and it's time to go to sleep. That fucker was like, I will bite you. Like, he did not want to get off the couch. I'm like, Roscoe, you have to go back inside. He's like, absolutely not. He got all pissy with me. And I mean, he's getting very ornery, and he wants to do what he wants to do. But
Yeah,
he is my
all the
guy.
bacon.
I don't know how long. I mean, obviously we'll see, but like Bassett's, my understanding is it's like 10 to 12 years. And I think he's about 12 now, but
Yeah.
he seems fine.
Yeah, he
He's-
does.
He gets around
Seems
better.
fine. Energy, a lot of energy.
Yeah, and his big balls swinging. Roscoe came in not neutered, which was so weird for me running a rescue. I'm like, oh, this is a bad look, But I took him to the vet for a senior checkup when he first came to me, and I said, he's not neutered, so I assume we're going to do that. And the vet said there's no benefit at his age. And he doesn't try to hump anybody or anything
Can't get
else.
up
So
anywhere. His
he can't. He
arthritis-
has no legs. He's not jumping on
no
anyone.
legs, arthritis. Like,
Yeah, arthritic
can't
with
even
no
see.
legs. The women are safe.
he can't even find anyone.
So this is a question. I've got there's two. Do you want the funny one or there's one that's pretty funny. I'm gonna do this one. How many
Funny.
times have you all been bit?
Oh my god.
I love that question.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
It was the dog that bit my finger and it was bruised under the nail for like months to grow it out so it would go away.
But were we both bit that day?
We
I'm
were
pretty
both with that day.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that was a bad
Yes.
day. I
Yeah,
think
that
we
was a
all
bad
got bit
day and
that
a
That
day.
dog
yeah.
Yeah.
did not
Talk
like
about a mean dog. But he was
Yeah,
not
we
a
had a
mean
dick of a
dog.
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that was
he's
a
living
tough
his
one.
best life now, I
Yeah,
think.
now he's doing fine, but he
he lives
hated
on a
us.
farm now, but not with us.
Nope.
Yeah. I
Nope.
don't know how many times I've gotten bitten.
I've lost count.
My very worst bite where I actually had to go and seek emergency attention was actually a cat bite. Cats are fucking awful. Like they they will really do some damage. I know it's because, their teeth are longer so they can deposit the bacteria. Um, I've gotten really scraped up by some cats, and I got bitten on my hand by a cat. And I ended up having to get drains put in, and it was a whole crazy
Ooh,
mess.
that sounds
But
bad.
with dogs, it's generally been, knock wood, pretty minor, and it's almost always been little dogs. It's almost always been the freaking Chihuahuas, which I love. I love the Chihuahuas, but the times I've gotten bitten have almost always been the little ones.
Yeah, I'm thinking of this one night where Gabby and I both got bit by a little chihuahua who I love.
Oh, yeah.
Rupert. Yeah.
Yeah, Gabby's like,
Yeah,
whatever. Gabby,
whatever.
you got bitten on the leg that one time by a bully.
Yeah.
That
And
latched on.
Gabby was calling for help, and we
We were
And
all
we
at
didn't
work.
hear her. We didn't hear her.
we were all like, what? What's going on? Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like,
They
We
didn't
were
give.
really there for you, Gabby.
Yeah, that's because everybody always says, "It's okay, I don't care if I get bit," until you
Yeah,
actually get, like,
exactly.
bit, and then it's like, "Oh, you're fine."
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna get bit yesterday, but
I did, but it didn't go through or anything.
A lot
Who did you think was going to bite you yesterday?
the
Drama
dog we were
llama.
looking at, yeah, I
Drama
was sure of
llama.
it. I had the
Oh,
we were-
right,
I
right,
was-
right, right.
Literally
Yeah.
living up to his name, and I was like, "His name shouldn't be Drama Llama
Yeah,
because
his name was Drama Llama.
that
Right.
sounds terrible." But, like, his reactions to everything, even minor stuff, is so dramatic. Like, you try to pick him up, and he's flailing, screaming,
Yeah.
shaking, and I'm like, "Dude."
Went to
the-
Hartford test him, and that's when he bit me.
Oh, so
Oh,
you
you were
did get
trying to
bit.
draw
Okay.
blood.
See,
Yeah.
I avoided the biting.
I mean,
Yeah,
to
there
be
are
fair,
there
you're
are a
doing
number of things that we can do ourselves as volunteers. We can do a heartworm test, which requires drawing blood. And by we, I mean Gabby. I can't do it.
I can't do it.
And then we can do distemper shots, Bordetella, which is kennel cough. We can deworm, we can microchip. So there's some things that we can do. Getting blood is probably the hardest of those things. And sometimes the dogs are not happy about that.
All right. So then somebody actually asked, what can I do if my dog doesn't like the foster puppies?
Like the resident dog.
Yeah,
That does happen
it
sometimes.
does.
I think
Some dogs love having the activity, and some dogs are like, what the hell? This is my house.
Yeah. First,
Yeah, that
don't
definitely
introduce
happens.
them. Yeah. Don't introduce them right away. Wait
Yeah.
like if you can keep them separate for like 3 or 4 days, it helps a lot.
Yeah,
I
it really
think
does.
depends how bad the reaction is towards the puppies.
and
Yeah.
some
Yeah, I mean, if it's a safety issue, like we think someone could seriously get hurt, we will always move the foster, or move the fosters. We don't want anyone to get hurt. And to your point, Em, like I think even waiting like 3 or 4 days, it's pretty amazing how much things can improve
Huge.
in
Yeah.
that time. I mean, my favorite thing to do with new foster dogs is to just leave them alone.
Yeah.
and some dogs just don't want another dog in the house. I
That's
mean,
right.
you want to
Well-
help, and that's awesome. But if your dog, personal pet should come first. And if
100%.
they're unhappy, then
Yeah.
find a way to volunteer in another
Yeah,
way.
you can help in another way. That's a really good point. Yeah, not every dog wants to have another dog. I mean, people are surprised sometimes when they learn that I have only ever had one personal dog at a time.
Which is crazy.
I know, right?
know.
That is crazy. They
That's
think I have
nuts.
like 10, but I've only ever had
Yeah.
one.
I love how earlier we missed it. They said, "When is Hey Hun gonna make an appearance?" 'Cause nobody knows your husband's name and will keep his identity under,
Yeah.
Right, right.
but they
Hey,
are
hon.
calling your husband "Hey, hun," which I
Yeah, I
think
don't know where Hey
like
Hun
for
is. I'm sure he's like, I
I
don't
think
wanna
that's
know what's
adorable.
yeah,
Remember the
he
one
does
time
not know what's going on.
remember the one time somebody came asking for your husband and you said, "I don't know, he's in a tree somewhere," and he really
Yeah,
was in a
he
tree.
really was in a tree. It was a guy came to fix the roof or something or the
And
chimney.
you're like,
I
know
don't
we have a
know.
roof, but I don't know
Yeah,
anything about the roof."
exactly. I don't know. I'm not good with those kinds of things. So he's like, "Oh, I need to talk to him about this or that." I didn't know where he was. I said, "I think he's up in a tree somewhere." And he was. I don't know what he was doing, but he was in a tree. I don't know. He's a weirdo like I am. So,
We
yeah.
don't ask questions. We
Yeah,
just
we're probably both on the spectrum. I don't think there's any question about that.
he'll see something you're doing and just keep walking. I've watched it. He'll just
Right?
walk
Exactly.
and be like,
He
"Mm-mm." Like,
doesn't wanna know
he's like, "I'm
at
not
this
touching
point.
that," and just keep trucking it down the driveway.
Well, the other day, I was out in the driveway.
Oh, this
I
is
have a
awesome.
baby stroller, and I like to put dogs in there, so I put Aaron, he's my old fat Pomeranian who has alopecia, and petting him feels like a testicle, and so he was in the stroller, and I was pushing him around, and, we were wearing matching hats, and my husband came out, and he was like, "What is going on?" I said, "What? I'm walking a fat Pomeranian. Just go back inside. Don't come
This is
out
your
here if you don't
problem
wanna
for
know."
asking questions. Yeah, it's your
Yeah,
Right.
fault.
don't ask any questions.
So another question we have is, um, I'm hoping to have a rescue go up and going within the next couple years. What advice would you give? I you need to be very good with people. That
That's what I was about to say. Get your network together, introduce
yeah.
yourself to people, get people on your side to foster, volunteer. Get your network set before you even dip your toes in. Because if you don't have a support system, it's going to fail quickly and heartbreakingly because we know another rescue where it's basically just her and
There's
it's
a lot of those, like a
a lot
one-person show, and it's not good. It's not healthy. You can't
stressful
do this by yourself.
Get
in
a
real life.
team.
Yeah,
Get
I
a
think
team.
we
You
should
need a team.
I think
Yeah.
we
Unfiltered
should be able
rants. Do your homework.
I
And
think we
Yeah.
should be able to work well under pressure and stress because
Yes.
we
yeah,
can't then
pour hot coffee on yourself and then keep a straight face.
And see how you do. Light a
I'll
fire in
say
your living room and see how you do.
yeah,
See-
I will add that I really think that having a sense of humor is so important in doing all of this. Like you just have to laugh about this stuff because if otherwise you'll just be miserable. And by the way, someone asked if we still have the cat that I snuck in to my house, and the answer
Which
is
one?
yes. The answer is yes. We still have the cat, and my husband. This is the weird thing. Like, he's never really asked about this cat. I'm like, are
Cat
you
look like your other ones? So he
a
just
little
thinks
bit? Yeah,
same.
like maybe he thinks it's one of the other ones, but either again, I don't know if it's like willfulness on his part that, or
I
is he really that dumb? I
No,
don't
I
know.
think he has just finally given in to you. So if
Okay.
you decided there's a cat, he's not gonna argue with it.
So you think he knows that we have a cat?
He'll just scoop their litter box and feed them and
Okay.
just be like,
Yeah, I mean, it
whatever.
seems like that's what's happening.
If don't open the can of worms and ask, "Did you notice?"
I'm not asking any questions. No, absolutely not.
I'm trying to see if I can get another one snuck in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amy, a lot of people are asking if you're going to they'd like you to write a book.
Really? That
Yep.
would be
A
fun.
lot of people.
Well, you are an English major, so I think
That is true. I would actually, I've
it's
always wanted to do that. So maybe I will. You know
Maybe
what I
it's
would call it? I would call it rescuing Amy because this is,
Oh, I
I
like that
would,
title. I
because
love
it's
that.
really kind of saved, it's really kind of saved me doing this work has made me, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of made me, it's brought out my most authentic self.
there are people out there that will collaborate and write a book with you. Like
Really?
they're good writers, but they need a story to write about. So
Oh, well, let's find one of those people.
you could do
I
that.
need someone who keeps me on track because I'm a mess. really. Like, the
Listen,
team will tell you what
No,
you
she's
see on
not giving
TikTok
herself
is
enough credit.
actually what I'm like. Yeah.
you're very
She's-
go with the flow.
Well, that's true. That is
spirited,
true. You are
right?
like TikTok, but you're not a
We
mess.
throw wrenches, and you're like, "It's fine. I will catch the wrench."
I
Like,
do generally have the feeling that it's all gonna be fine. I have my moments, but generally I'm like, it'll be fine.
and I'd be
But
like,
that
"It's
also I think comes with getting older. Like, I'm the oldest one of you guys, so I
I'd be
don't
like,
care that
Amy, it's
much.
the same dog. It's just duplicated now. You said yes to one, so I
Yeah.
figured yes to the
Yeah. The team is always telling me,
You
remember you
said
said
yes.
yes to this? And I'm going, oh, I did? Okay, that's fine.
That's
Like
valid. Is it
like the
coming to
dog
my
that's
house?
coming,
What'd you say, Gabby?
like the dog that's coming tonight.
Is there a dog coming tonight?
I have
Yeah.
a sister, but yes.
There is?
They're what are they meeting at Amy's house? And she's just has you just have to stay
Oh,
inside then.
oh, good. I love staying inside. Also, a dog came in while we were doing this, and I haven't seen that dog yet, but apparently it's like a little Maltese, but it hates kids. So
Yeah, that's good.
whatever.
They'll
Same.
be fine. Same. Did you say same?
Somebody said,
Okay,
"How
so what
many?"
are some of the funniest names you've had in rescue?
Oh my god.
Oh God, well, let me first start out by saying I absolutely hate names like, sorry if I offend anyone, Oreo. Don't do that. If you have a black and white dog, you can't. It's just
We can
terrible.
assure you that everybody else is doing it too. We promise
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Like everybody else is.
Cool names.
Yeah.
Like currently right now, we're doing the What's Your 50 Dogs, and we're trying to think of names that relate to pink for breast cancer awareness. So I did chat GBT for like pink worded names or pink paint colors. So we have ones that are like Pikachu. We
That's
have
cute.
we have Pretty in Pink, which is a really cute one. My
Yeah.
favorite on the list is Pink Slip.
So cute.
Pink Slip.
Personally, like the one I'm gonna get, Pink Cankles.
Pink Cankles because she is a ankle biting chihuahua.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
So
I'm
God.
getting the mean one.
What am I getting? I'm getting some, right?
you are
What are my
getting
names?
Pinky
Strawberry.
Swear,
Pink what?
Strawberry, Pinky Swear,
Pinky
straw-
swear. That's cute.
Strawberry.
Okay.
Who else are you getting? We have another cute one's Cherry Blossom, which is really cute.
Oh. You
Your-
know the litter, the names I like, Tiff, is when you had the potatoes.
Oh
Those
my
are fun. Those are
I like
good.
those
that
names a
was a
lot.
good group. What was
Go
it?
through the names for people.
Reese,
Yeah. Well,
Reese Witherspud, Channing Potatum, Darth Tater. They were all potato related, but like
Yamgelina
Angelina
Jolie, right?
Jolie.
I remember that one.
So,
those
and
are good.
who was the mean one?
Todd is a great name.
Tater Tot. Tater Tot was one. It was something Tater Tot, and that's the one Meredith, one of our volunteers and fosters, adopted. And she's like, "I love that she's mean." And we're like, "We're glad that you want to adopt."
Yeah.
And
So we
right now I have the dumpling litter. So this is Mama Dumpling.
Oh,
And
look
then
at Mama.
I'll go get the babies. Hold on 1 second.
I was about to say, who has the coolest name in the rescue now? We're getting so many dogs adopted.
We
which
just
is
got some
awesome.
dogs yesterday that they
Oh,
were already named, but one of them was
Princess-
Princess Tutti Fruity, and I thought that was really cute. How's she doing, by the way, Gabby? She's with a foster now. Is she doing okay?
That
Or
was
Emily? I think it was
Emily's
Emily's
person.
person.
Yeah, she's with the people in Colombia.
Yeah.
And then we just got the utensils group. So it was knife, spoon, fork, and ladle.
And ladle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are good.
Or
Yeah.
Mr. Bojangles.
Yep.
Every
Yeah.
dog.
Gabby likes the name
is-
Mr. Bojangles. I like names that are Mr., Mrs., Captain, you know, they have
You
the
have a Mrs.
honorific.
You have a Mr. Scoot at
I
your
have
house.
Mr. Scoot right now. Yeah.
This
we
is empanada and pierogi.
Hi, baby.
Oh my
There
gosh,
we
that's
go.
so
I just wanted to
ridiculous.
tease them.
Let me steal
So
them.
cute.
Aggression. We just did Lady Danbury, Lady Whistledown. We did those kind of cool names. Queen
We
Charlotte.
like to do a theme for litters of puppies, And it's not only because it's cute and it helps with marketing, but it also helps us remember because we do a lot of dogs. It's really helpful to be able to say, oh, that was one of the Downton Abbey pups, or that
Yeah.
was one of the pink pups or whatever. It helps us remember. So I like coming up with the theme ideas. I'm getting a little Yorkie mama on, I think, Saturday, tomorrow. So she has an interesting story. She is actually, well, we took her in to get spayed, and they said that she was too far along in her pregnancy and that they couldn't
We're like,
spay
what
her.
pregnancy?
Yeah, exactly. We were like, oh, she's pregnant, because we don't know when they hop off the transport. So unfortunately, what are we going to do? We don't want more puppies. We wanted to do a spay abort. We didn't know she was pregnant, but like we were prepared to do a spay abort, but the vet wouldn't do it, felt she was too far along. So like we can't override the vet necessarily. So that little mama is coming to me, and I guess we'll have to think of a theme for her babies. Her
Yeah.
name is Loretta, so maybe like I know we've done country music, but what are other famous Lorettas? I don't even know. We'll figure something out.
Oh, yeah.
Oof,
And then
there's
we also have, so we have a question about how many volunteers do we have? And I guess we could do volunteers, core volunteers, and then we could do fosters, right? So we have,
So what we have a big group chat. How many are on there? Like 15?
we have 18 people on the
18 people on our main group chat. And they're all, super important to the rescue and do a lot of work. And then we have a couple of smaller groups that manage a lot more of the day-to-day and the logistics and stuff like that. So that's probably what, like 5 or so people, like really, really doing this kind of full time. And then we certainly have a lot of people who come to events and help there. We have people who foster, and I mean, we have a lot of fosters, which is great.
we
We have a
couldn't do without
we have a
foster.
good net. Yeah, we could not do any of this without fosters. We have a good network. If anyone wants to volunteer, reach out.
We're located in Maryland, so
Yeah, we're in Maryland. It's crazy, but it's fun. And I think I don't know, I feel like people it's kind of like a little family, a little dysfunctional family.
yes.
Heavy on the
I
dysfunction.
got sucked in.
Is under is the nice version of it. And someone asked, do we have an Amazon wish list?
We do. If you go to Canine Rescue, canine with a K, caninerescue.com, you will find Amazon wishlist and Chewy. I can't believe someone asked what kind of coffee I drink. I am a Dunkin' girl.
You should
I
know.
think you know what your coffee order is, like flavor.
Oh, I am just like a medium iced coffee, cream and sugar. That's it. I don't really consider myself like a huge coffee person because I only like one particular thing. There's some people who will drink anything. I'm not really that person. I just like my one thing. That's like my tism. You know what I mean? Like I need my one drink.
I actually looked up in our system because I was curious because somebody asked about how many volunteers we have, and I wanted to see how many active fosters we have. So that means like you're willing to, there's no blackout dates, you're willing to
Yeah,
foster
Yeah.
frequently. Um, and just be in our roster to keep asking, are you open? Do you have a spot? And we have 350 active rotating fosters right now, which
that's
is
amazing.
Yeah.
yeah.
That
It
is
is.
amazing.
And that's
I
like
think we do a good job with the fosters because I don't know what it's like at all rescues, but we provide all the supplies. So you don't have to spend your own money on food or whatever. And I think we're good about staying in touch,
you can text us
answering
for
any
free. Yeah.
questions. Yeah, I mean, when I first got into rescue, it was like if you messaged a rescue, you weren't getting a response right away.
Gotta
I
wait
mean,
till
it might be like 2 weeks if you even got a response. So we're like really on it. And if you text, like, you'll get a response. And believe me, people do text. We get messages late at night, early in the morning, weekends. Like no one's gonna ghost you. So I think people feel supported, and Yeah.
And we give more than one person's number out as a point of contact because one of us may be busy. So we always give that
Yeah.
window of support. We love
So
group chats.
so we do have two people mentioned something about Loretta. So Loretta Young was a dramatic actress from the 50s. So you can go the
Ooh,
old Hollywood theme. Thought that
that
was
might
cool.
be fun.
And then the other one was MASH.
Oh,
Yeah.
MASH.
Yeah, so I thought that was
Hawkeye.
a MASH for
Hawkeye the
Loretta's
puppy.
puppies. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm
I
kind of
know.
loving
I'm
that. Oh,
like,
wait a minute. Didn't Loretta Swit, is that her name?
yeah,
She died recently, didn't
I
she?
think she did pass recently.
Right?
I
Does
think
anyone
so. I'd
know?
have to look. Let me look really quick.
MASH would oh, radar. Oh my gosh, we have to have a radar. All right, well, there's our answer. See, we need you guys. Yeah, she did pass, right?
Can we
That's
name
what I thought.
dogs?
All right, well, I love that. Yeah, so you guys will get to meet and hear about Loretta. I wasn't expecting to have another pregnant one because I am almost wrapping up with my last one, which is Mama Vera Wang. She started off with 6 babies. 3 passed away before she got to us. She came to me with 3 very, very young ones. One of them was just not right from the beginning. Like the puppy just didn't look healthy. And that one sadly passed away. No, sorry. She came to me with
4, yeah.
4. Sorry. She came to me with 4. 1 passed away. 3 ended up doing great. They're all adopted now. So what will happen next, because I keep the mama and the babies completely separated as a quarantine and a safety thing. Also, mamas tend not to want other dogs like around or in their business. So Mama will now go into what I affectionately call Gen Pop, which is like the general population of of the
You
prison.
gotta have some humor
Um,
in this.
so she'll get jumped in to Gen Pop, and that will help socialize her a little more because she's still pretty skittish. And so then her little nursery will then be open for Loretta.
Right. So, I do want to let everybody know, please follow us for our podcast on Spotify
Yeah,
or
please do.
on Apple Music.
Someone did ask, what are our most successful fundraising tactics?
Honestly, doing face to face with people. People like to meet us. They like to see what we do. And I tell people all the time, like, if you want to get to know us, you can see us on social media and you can be a completely different person on social media, but come to an event and like come say hi. And that's really what draws people in is that face to face. We don't have anything to hide. Like come and just witness to what we do and meet the volunteers. I saw a comment on here that said, "How do you get the network?" We have cute little business cards that has where to apply, where to email us, like to foster, to adopt, and just go out and talk to somebody, give them your info, and just chat. That really helps.
I think
And
when we also share, like, pictures of dogs, where people's money is going, like,
yeah,
they feel better about it.
I agree,
Yeah.
Gabby. I
Yeah, I think
agree.
when people can see like it's a very direct you're directly helping. We none of us have take a salary. We are not paid. And so whatever donations we get, it's going to the rescue and to the dogs. We don't have overhead and all that kind of stuff and salaries. So I think Tiff, that's a good point. When people see us and see that we're the real deal and we're doing this every day. And, I think that definitely helps. There was one fundraising thing that we did. I'm not going to say the name of it because I don't want to like cause a problem, but we did this one fundraising thing where it was with this company that does this sort of thing. And it was like a live thing where they just push and push and push. People who are in rescue might know what I'm talking about, but they just push and push and push for donations during the 2-hour live, and you do like little games and stuff like that. And I fucking hated it so much. It was so like fake, and I didn't like the hard sell. I just don't like that at all. Like hey, make a donation in the next 5 minutes and let's get to this goal. And I don't know. I don't like the high pressure thing. I would rather people just be moved to donate on their own. And I don't like the high pressure thing. And I don't ever want people to feel like they have to donate. Like there's all kinds of ways that people can help. And honestly, just being supporters of the podcast or, following us on social media, like all of that helps just as much. So I don't like the high pressure stuff. I like the more kind of low key. That's just my preference.
Yeah, I do a lot of the Facebook fundraisers and a lot of it with the pictures, like seeing, like Gabby said, where you see what dog it is. So, like, say we have a heartworm mama and she needs funds to get treatment, putting that picture up and like you can sponsor, you can even call the vet and directly donate. So,
Yeah.
that's where
Oh,
it's
yeah, yeah. If people
hard.
wanna donate directly, and, like, on my TikTok, there's no personal Venmo or anything like that. Like, I would never ask for donations. It's only to the rescue. So and, yeah, if people are uncomfortable and they just wanna donate right to the vet,
Mhm.
great. That's
And
great too.
new 50 dogs, we actually did a fundraiser that if you wanna pick and one of the dogs from the list to sponsor, and someone did reach out and fully sponsored this dog to be vetted and come here, which is awesome, and I made her a cute flyer, put her name on it, and she's like, "That literally made my Monday." She's like, "I've had a shitty day, and that just blew it away." She's like, "I wasn't expecting that. I just wanted to, just do something good." So, seeing the dogs really helps,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
we don't always take the easy dogs. Like there's hidden costs that we don't even know come up. We took in the 10 chihuahuas recently from the hoarding case, and a couple of them had mammary tumors, and we knew
Yeah.
that one of them, she was just going to live out her life, and one of them had cancerous tumors, and then luckily one had the tumors are just regular tumors, just pockets. So there's a lot of hidden costs that we don't expect. So be good.
Yeah.
So another question is, how old are your adopters these days?
The people adopting dogs?
Yes.
I think it's a really big range,
There's
and
a
I
huge gap.
I like to evaluate, and I know you guys feel the same way. I like to evaluate on the person. So, not rule anyone out because they're too young or they're too old or whatever. I think we are just looking at the individual. So we really have a huge range of people like in their early 20s. We have someone looking for a dog who's like 85. Um,
Yeah,
I
I
think
have a,
it
a
really
client.
varies.
I have somebody looking for a dog right now that's 88, but she's
Yeah.
very healthy, and
Yeah.
she doesn't want a puppy, but like a
Who
10-year-old dog.
does?
Yeah, who
Puppies are
does?
annoying.
And a
I
Yeah.
lot
know.
of adopters that are more mature like that, they have their life planned out. Like, if
Right.
I pass away before my dog, I know this dog's going to this person. And sometimes what really is sucks is they say they'll take the dog and don't, and we just hope that they do. But
Yeah.
there's some people that are in their 30s to 50s who are super irresponsible. So it goes either way. And I've
Yeah.
seen a big range of very responsible people and very irresponsible, and it's not even based on their age at all.
It's so
Absolutely.
true. It's so
Personality,
true.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like to have a lot of those blanket rules, when it comes to adopters, not only with age, but, there are rescues we've talked there are rescues we've talked about this where, it's like we won't adopt if you don't have a fenced in yard, or we won't adopt if,
Right.
you have young kids or whatever. Why are we doing that? Like, let's look at that particular situation and see if we can make a match. I don't like those rules.
Yeah, there's so many dogs getting euthanized that could
Exactly.
be fine in a
Exactly.
not fenced house.
Right. I mean, I
Exactly.
got turned
Exactly.
down to adopt, I've talked about Huckleberry, my beloved heart dog. I got turned down when I was trying to adopt a dog. I got turned down by my own freaking county shelter because I didn't have a fenced in yard at the time. And I said, "Yeah, but I go for walks every single day, and this dog is going to get not only a lot of exercise, but I mean, now that I have a yard, it's kinda easy to just sorta let him out in the yard. Like, I felt like I was really involved with Huckleberry because we were going on these walks together. So he had
Right.
great leash manners. He was really good with meeting other dogs. You know what I mean? Like, it was very hands-on. And I thought, man, you guys turned me down because I didn't have a fenced-in yard, but I actually was a very good dog owner. So I
Right.
don't like
Right.
stuff like that. I thought that was
No,
stupid that I
agreed.
got turned down.
Oh,
I
yeah.
ended up getting Huckleberry from another rescue, but my own county would not adopt to me for that reason.
And I agree with what Gabby was saying. There's all these dogs. Like, what, instead of, you know, being judgmental about how somebody's choosing to live their lives, we could get them homes, the dogs' homes.
What?
Yeah, or like, rescues that won't adopt to people who live in apartments or, that kind of thing. So I just think, I don't know. I like to evaluate based on the specific application.
I'm pointing that out. There was a situation recently with one of my fosters where it's an approved adopter, and I told them, Look, your application is great. I just don't think you're the person for my foster. But
Yeah.
I'd
Right.
love to make a match.
Right.
And some rescues are just like so strict. It's like, you can't have any dog. You can have the dog that fits you. And like the difference with the shelter, they're just trying to get dogs out. So if your license is good, you don't have any prior animal abuse, you can have whatever dog. And that's how dogs end up returned all the time. But
I
matching,
love I love this comment. Someone was like, "Oh, Amy got turned down because she didn't have a fenced-in yard. Hold my beer. Then I'll fucking go run a rescue."
Yeah, right.
we'll
You
get you
said I'm
on
not a good
that.
enough adopter? I'll show you.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize is there's a lot of different breeds in rescue and in shelters, and a lot of people have this misconception that it's only pit bulls, and it's
Right.
not. If you are
No,
patient and you want to do your research and find, say you want a specific breed. Yes, there's a lot of mixed breeds, but you can find the dog for you. You just have to be patient, and
it's so true.
because
Well, and one of the things I like to show on TikTok is that very thing. Again, we do help pit bulls, pit mixes, and we also have a ton of other kinds of dogs. And I want to show people that, like, you don't have to get a pit bull if that's not what you want. There's
Right.
lots of other dogs. You do scruffy little dogs and, long dogs and dogs with no legs, like whatever you want, we can probably get it for you. And I always tell people, like, if you're looking for something specific,
Tell us.
tell us. We'll put the word out. Anything we can do to try to steer people toward rescuing, we will do.
And
Another
also, go ahead, Gabby.
question was, are there any not so obvious donation box items that are helpful that people would
cleaning
enjoy?
product,
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah, there's a lot of cleaning involved in
Cleaning.
rescue, and it's a
a lot of
pain in the ass.
so many paper towels you would think that I'm just like stuffing him in my bra.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Cleaning. Yeah. Cleaning
So there's
products.
one, let's do one last question before we wrap up. I like this one. Have you seen a decrease in adoptions with corporations buying vet practices and rising costs of pet care? I would say absolutely. It's really difficult how much vet care has grown in cost, and it's harder to get appointments, and people wanting to do the right thing. They want to spay, neuter, or get their shots or whatever, and sometimes it's really cost prohibitive. We often see that as a reason for owner surrenders. I can't afford this dog anymore. So I
Yep.
definitely have seen an increase.
Mhm. And
Yep.
big surrender increase.
Yeah, there's a lot more owner surrenders. And I mean, I think that's a big factor. I don't know. What other factors do you think play into that?
layoffs of jobs, probably.
Yeah, layoffs of jobs, the job market sucks. And now,
Seeing sucks. I mean, if you gotta go into an
yeah.
apartment,
And
Yeah, a lot of
our
people having to change housing. That's true. And like maybe you can't take the dog with you.
And we live in an area we live outside of DC, so when people had to return back, when the federal government had to
Yeah.
return back to work, and that's really something that I'm like, your dog would rather be at home, bored, waiting for you for 9 hours, 8 hours, and have you return though. Like that was always like, if you have to
Yeah.
work outside the home, dogs live in houses where people work outside of the home.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So let's wrap up with the question. What do you think is the biggest reason for surrenders? No time? No time?
Time and a lot of I'm having a baby.
We do get a
Lot of
lot
I'm
of I'm
having a baby.
having a baby, yeah,
And
and we get a lot of I can't afford the care, especially if there's some medical issue. Like we have a dog that just came in from Montgomery County shelter, a little pug mix, and she is lovely, but she does have some skin issues, and so she's going to need Apoquel, just a medication. It's
Okay.
not a huge deal, but that was the reason that the person listed that I can't afford the care. So I do think cost,
I
yeah,
think
jobs,
babies.
housing, babies,
Like irresponsibleness, which is
Yeah.
yeah,
pretty general.
humanness,
Humanness.
too
Yeah.
peoply. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode of Sit Stay Rant. And I want to thank our Facebook fans for sending us the questions. This was super fun, and I'd love to do this again. And I'm very proud of myself for doing a live. It's only the second time I've ever done it, but look at me.
And we
I
did
love you guys.
have
Thank
some
you.
producers on there reading questions, so thank you for them too.
Yeah, thank you so much. And please send us your questions. If you want to be on the podcast, listen to Sit Stay Rant, all of that will help the rescue. And we're just so grateful to you. And I am particularly grateful to Tiffany, Emily, and Gabby, who are lovely people. And I would be lost without you guys.
Oh,
We love you, Amy.
we love
Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.